Welcome back, everybody. Hope you guys are ready for everything. I would say sometimes they say New Year's but familiar problems. I don't know if you know this. Last year, I think I watched a video from Mutahar and then Moist Critical talking about how the FBI found a missing girl through or perhaps via Nintendo Switch. I will make sure to put some video clip. I will record that one. When it comes to video games, many media or news outlet, perhaps they will find any source to blame video games regardless of the facts. They think they are actually reporting the facts. Well, for my country, I know most of the media are doing their job. Yes, even though they don't blame video games because they have other priorities. Because I know there aren't many Malaysian news reporters covering violent video games or perhaps video games cause mass shooting or anything, which is, for me, I'm grateful for that. I'm not going to give credit to the news media like Fox, CNN, or Sky News. This had to go to the police and the FBI and Interpol, many law enforcement. They deserve to have every credit. Not only that, video games helped them again this year. What I'm trying to say is that at the time of this upload, which should be 11 days ago, I found an article suggests that police managed to rescue a 16-year-old teen from Ohio via World of Warcraft. I don't know what happened. I think the situation is similar to the Nintendo Switch, which the kidnapper thought that, oh, you're just playing Warcraft. It's outdated. And I had to assume the kidnapper doesn't know that World of Warcraft is an online multiplayer and competitive. Yet, I think this person knows about video game, except he isn't aware of the online multiplayer or the esports. So I had to assume that way. But let's take a look at this news.
Well, police rescued a 16-year-old girl in Florida in what may be the first ever...
Oh, sorry about that. We'll cut that out.
Well, police rescued a 16-year-old girl in Florida in what may be the first ever case of a video game helping to solve a major crime. Fox's Eamon Dignam has more in this edition of our ongoing Fox on Game series.
A missing teenage girl is located in a very unusual way, thanks to one of the most popular online video games. The FBI asked for help while looking for a 16-year-old who disappeared from her Ohio home. They eventually tracked her down to Marion County, Florida, where she was staying with 31-year-old Thomas Ebersole. He was then arrested for traveling to meet a minor to engage in sexual activity, interfering with child custody, and sheltering an unmarried minor. But detectives were only able to locate the missing teen after she logged into her account in the massively multiplayer online role-playing game, World of Warcraft. Reportedly, the teenager started playing the game using her personal account, which the FBI tracked to the town of Dunellen, where authorities also tracked a login to the suspect's account. After denying he knew the girl, Ebersole eventually gave in.
Now you see, some people, some politician can blame, or perhaps some politician in America can blame video games for violence, but at least video games did one thing right. They saved someone. And look, without the advent of online, this girl would never be found. And you know what? I'm going to take you to Mutahar's video, which I'm going to do it.
Not a joke. Today's video involves the FBI, a really sick individual, and the rescuing of a child. Now, to understand, all right, there is a massive problem in the world when it comes to, children being abducted and then unfortunately forced to do some really bad things. Now, I've made several videos in the past where I've talked about certain ways that you can even help three-letter agencies and the cops, and I totally stand by those videos. I think any chance that you can have to, help somebody, not even necessarily if it's a kid, just anybody in general from a very bad situation, I think it's your job as a human being to do that. Now, today's video comes at us with Nintendo.
You heard that. Nintendo. Well, you heard that. Nintendo. What did it do? Well, let's keep watching and see more.
Rightfully so. Now, what is the stupid but ultimately brilliant thing this individual does? He lets this person, this minor, bring along a Nintendo Switch. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this exhibit right here, okay? Now, if it's one thing about the Nintendo Switch, alongside playing games portably, this thing also connects to the internet. Now, again, I would imagine bringing a Switch along would have been a pretty stupid thing if you were a kidnapper. Anything electronic. If you're going to kidnap somebody, you probably don't want them carrying something with a SIM card. Which is what I imagine this idiot actually thought, that maybe because it's a portable system, I guess it's not going to be that big of an issue. Even though this guy was like under 30, so they definitely should have known that anything with a Wi-Fi connected capability should be no-no. Now, it's because of this situation that this miner who brought their Switch along when they finally had landed all the way out in Arizona, fired up their...
We're gonna continue any further, but let me tell you, that is a big breakthrough. I'm not no lawyer or any investigator, but I've seen a lot of movies when you're kidnapping and you're deprived of anything. And it is a good thing that video games help at least the police. Even though they don't help the government, at least the police and the federal agency have something to work with. I think maybe the police officer could be gamers. Who knows? They could join in. Perhaps let's see what Mutahar say next.
I'm sure the geniuses in the audience should have known that anything with a Wi-Fi connected capability should be no-no. Now, it's because of this situation that this miner who brought their Switch along when they finally had landed all the way out in Arizona, fired up their Nintendo Switch, and this is where I think things get kind of weird. They either found a free Wi-Fi hotspot, or this genius here, thankfully, let them connect to a Wi-Fi network near their house. Now, if it's something you got to know about the internet, is IP addresses, okay? Internet protocol addresses. You can find a pretty good location out of somebody through any online interaction. They don't even have to be connected to a server. They just have to ping, which is what the Nintendo Switch does as soon as you hook that bad boy up to a Wi-Fi connection.
Now we can put two and two together, if that happens, and then ping, you found it. It's not easy for any law enforcement, you know? I'm not a police myself or anything, but I know they need all the help they can get. They still have a hard time trusting any public, whether you like it or not. Police and the FBI or perhaps any agency, they're your last hope. What we learned is that I think the cops or police officers should be grateful that video games exist, because in situation like this, there are times where it can prove useful. You just have to search for it. Leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below. What do you guys think? Do you think the kidnapper is a genius or doofus or anything? I don't know. See you guys in the next video.